friends, welcome back to another installation of my cooking show. Hopefully this one's a bit quicker because ta-ta, I have prepared everything that I want to chuck in the pan here in a minute. Yes, I'm going to chuck it. I just want to tell you quickly what I've done so far. So I'm going to make lamb, vegetables, some spring onion greens and garlic for flavour. And that's basically it. But what I have done, I had lamb cutlets, and I don't eat this. This is bones and fat. So I've trimmed two of my cutlets. I forgot to go closer. So I just got the meat out, and I have marinated that in miso paste. I'll show you which miso paste. White miso. Absolutely adore the stuff. It's very savoury. And I have fried off these bits here in the pan already. So you got the lamb fat in there, which makes it taste more lamby. I'm also reserving that because tomorrow I'm going to make a roast, and I'm using that for the sauce for the roast, so you can boil those and get more flavour out of it. Now this isn't just quite enough fat for me. I've got some butter here that I'm going to add right away. And I'm just going to double check that this thing is actually filming before I go any further. Yes, we are filming. Good. Because there's no reduce once I start putting this in the pan. So I'm going to use a little knob of butter here on top of everything. Now I have my vegetables sauteed already. Means parboiled. I've just boiled them just so they're just about tender. So the broccoli here, you can see, is not completely finished, but it's only going to need another minute or two in this pan. So that's why it's called parboiling. And you finish it off in the pan. Now I'm going to start off on this one actually with my 3 crushed garlic cloves. I've crushed them already. So all I need to do now is slice them a little bit, and then they come out in pieces. I'm starting off with the garlic because once I add those wet ingredients, the garlic won't really brown off very well. So I crushed them, I peeled them. First crush them, then peel them is easier, because the peel basically comes off by itself once you've done the crushing. And then when you cut them, they're already pre-sliced, so they come out in nice big chunks. And I do like those big chunks. Up to you if you want to make them smaller. And I can smell the lamb fat on here. Now the spring onion's going to go in last. And I also have for flavour dark soy sauce. Again, I like Blue Dragon, so I go with them a lot. And a bit of oyster sauce. That's all I'm going to use for flavouring. So I'm just going to start browning off my garlic. And once it gets a little bit brown, in with the wet ingredients, because you don't want burnt garlic, you just want to brown it off. That's all you want. And then you're gonna add your sauces for flavouring. I feel very gentle on this because they're all savoury ingredients. This is slightly sour, the oyster sauce, but the dark soy sauce and also the miso paste on the lamb itself is quite savoury, so you can always add a bit more in the end, but for now we're just gonna fry, you can already smell it, fry the vegetables a little bit in that sauce. And because they're quite wet, you don't need to add water at all, you still have a little bit of sauce left in the end. Now you can eat this with rice or anything else that you like, potatoes. I've actually made myself some pasta, which isn't quite true to Asian cuisine, but I've had some quick pasta left that I make this. Just not to waste things, because on Monday I'll be going on a fast, a 3-day fast for a start, and then potentially going all the way to 7 days. So there will be no cooking for 7 days, but that's alright. And I invite you from the bottom of my heart to join me in the fasting, or at least follow my journey in doing so. It's going to be quite interesting. I've done it before. I've done 7 days without any food, just water and black tea, and I'm still alive. Well, it was a long time ago, so I'll redo that very soon. Now, lamb is a meat that cooks really, really quickly, and you want it nearly pink on the inside. So we are almost done. So I'm adding a little bit of my oyster sauce now. You see that? Just too much. That's my oyster sauce. I'm going to just turn down my heat now to 1 because I just want this simmering a little bit until my lamb is done. But mind you don't want to cook your lamb through. That I've cut into small pieces, so it's going to cook really, really quickly. Just evenly distribute everything, and then this is my favorite. I love spring onion. Now I've let it grow out, not by default, I've just not been using it. And with the spring onions, I'm very cheeky. I usually use scissors to cut them down. So that's the finish basically for this. I just want them sauteed a couple of minutes maybe with all this, because I don't think my lamb's going to need any more than a minute to be where I want it to be. Now if you like your meat a bit more well done, of course you can do that. This is how I like my meat, nice and pink in the middle. And with lamb or any gamey meats, you really do want to keep them pinkish in the middle. That's why I've turned down the heat. And I love to use those tongues, because then I can flip the meat onto the uncooked side, should there be one, and just let it sit there for a tiny little bit longer. I don't want it raw, I want it pink. So when it's still on the raw side, I'll turn it around, maybe up the heat to 4 real quick, and it should be done. And for a taste, I'm gonna have one of my tender stem broccoli pieces here. That was perfect. So go easy on the soy sauce, because you already got the miso, which is very savory. You don't want it too salty overall. I'm just gonna bring this up to 7 real quick to finish up my meat. But this is, let me pick this one piece here and show you, because I think that's perfect. Yeah, there you go. Hope you can see this. This is nice and pink and tender. That's the way I want it. It's very good. So basically, guys, that's it. That is my Asian style meat dish. And again, I've had somebody complain, this is not how you do it. This is how I do it. This is my Asian style meat dish. It's very simple. If you want to even go lower on the fat, you know, you can leave out the lamb fat. You can cook this without any fat if you want to in a non-stick pan. However, where fat is, there's flavor. So I'm very flavorful, and so is this dish. So if you're going keto, which this is a keto dish in itself, you can have the fat because you might even need that. But if you're really, you know, if you're a bit afraid of the fat, leave it out. You can cook it without any, or just the non-stick spray. Make sure though it's not vegetable oils, because they're inflammatory and I wouldn't recommend them. Lamb with vegetables. I'm gonna have a little bit of pasta with that, because I'm not just yet fasting and I'm not just yet doing keto. But this on the plate, this is a whole meal and should keep you quite satisfied for a while, especially if you put some fat in there. Well, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Bye.